Getting funnier and funnier. Okay, let's do it right. Again. So I want to save this character in white. We should do it without stopping the guy from firing and without him noticing. In other words, this fired the bullet would be to keep this whole thing. Don't forget whenever you want to use my powers, blah blah blah. Wait for it. What was that? No idea. Have to wait. Yes, that's the kind of guy you are. Ha ha ha. Fire! Yes, we know. Alright, let's go. Oh, wait. Forgot about that. Yeah, I already did that one. Alright, missile. Oh, would you look at that? Right on the hook. I love knit hats. So warm, and most of all, soft. Hey now, that I'm looking at it. That hat is the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Aha! I thought so. And just wait for it. Yep, pretty much. I think you read through all this already. Now for the good ending. Now's our chance. I'm here in the booth right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. Oh, what? It's our only hope. There's gotta be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. Swap. And the soft ending. Still painful though. I didn't think he noticed. Looks like he pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I'll say again, I love knit hats. So warm and most of all soft. Did I do it right? You did a fine job, little one. Saved another life. And I keep doing it too. Over and over. But I saw in just these 4 minutes, I gave you all the answers I've been looking for. All research these past 10 years pales in comparison. Right, Professor? So you two were working together? That's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves. There's two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back into our time. Got to rescue Miss Camila. You're right, Missile. There's a certain guy you have to follow, too. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left. And now a new story is about to unfold, in a new present. How are you feeling, you crazy old character? Hey there, Professor. Both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little explosion. Thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, alright. Like I'm going to believe that. So what? The guy in red is gone, huh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Dang it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, buddy of mine. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in White, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I better talk to him. First things first. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. Sorry. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yes, sorry. I suppose that you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight. Then, this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. You still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jode, who forced me into a corner, Lynn, the little girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes, 10 years ago, on that day, a special investigation unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to the investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living heck. But I've just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet. I just want to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first big mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Caminella, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right there and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left behind in an interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lane in the first place. We first found out about the manipulator's existence through a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes. This country keeps tabs on the communications network. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about it. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. In order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous, impossible cases. A case of a man who had seen national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast. And a case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. These two inmates of the special prison, huh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. Then, finally, we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. The restaurant is the Chicken Kitchen. Well. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight. On a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? But we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right. Highly unlikely they would use them for peaceful purposes. Now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camila. We have to stop him before he leaves this country. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. And in some ways it's more important to me than my life. In your life, After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel. As head of the Special Investigation Unit, and because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you care so much about your record? Of course. Why else, baby? I just never could believe it. I mean, Joel shooting Alma? I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. Then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years though. The manipulator, he's going to prove that Joel is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Joad, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escape from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. That's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, huh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around. Give her time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight.